How many staff members do you have in your office? Not in the group, your office.
In my staff, in my office, only one receptionist, and I use a typist that's not permanently in my service. We, as a group, use the typist.
So how many are you in the office? You are 3. It's you, the PA, and the typist
Yes, the receptionist and the typist.
in your office.
Yes.
And then how many are black people?
The receptionist is a black woman.
Have you ever visited a township?
Yes.
Where?
When I was in Bophuthatswana, on many occasions we had to go into the townships.
Where? In
for
which
inspection
township?
in Loka, Garankuwa, Winterveld,
Can you speak any indigenous?
Mabopane.
Can you speak any indigenous language?
No.
Why?
Commissioner, I cannot give a reason for that.
I can't hear Chief
I
Justice.
cannot give you a reason why I cannot speak.
Yeah, have you ever seen any need to
African
learn
language.
indigenous languages?
Yes, I think it's a need to it will be a good thing to speak an African language.
But you still didn't see any need to learn it when you think it's a good thing to
No,
know.
I did not.
You didn't see any need to learn African language.
No, sir.
Do judges have a role to play when it comes to transformation?
Yes.
What role will you play to transform society as a judge?
Well, sir, maybe to give you an example, I've attached a letter or email to my application form where a black woman appeared in my court in an opposed matter, and she appeared in person. And I've guided her right through the proceedings. And at the end of the day, I ruled in her favor. And she wrote a comment to the judge president. Maybe if I can refer to that document. It was, the lady was Busizwe Maduna. She wrote that, "Your Lordship, please allow me," and this is a letter that was, email that was addressed to the Judge President. "Your Lordship, please allow me to extend my sincere gratitude to the High Court, and in particular Judge J.J. Strydom, for the assistance given in my legal case." This lady was not represented, as I said, she appeared in person. "By way of introduction, I'm a layman in terms of the law, but still represented myself at the High Court recently. I'm a black female, and this was my first time defending myself in a court as a plaintiff. I certainly did not have the correct terminology or know-how of when to even sit or stand. However, the judge and his team guided me through. I was also grateful to some of the advocates showing me Ubuntu and informing me of what to do and when through whispers and hand gestures. Judge J.J. Strydom was courteous on all accounts." And then she ended up by saying that, "I'm also grateful that Judge J.J. Strydom allowed me to represent myself as I could not afford to have counsel representation. This is the type of compassion that can make a significant contribution to making our society right, in at least understanding that we can have access to resources such as the courts with neither fear nor retribution due to a history of economic exclusion."
Do you support transformation?
Definitely, yes.
How does your appointment help us to transform the judicial?
So, as I've already said, I'm in favor of transformation, as you, but I cannot say how my appointment will
No, no,
help transformation.
you support transformation, therefore you can't be subjective. In supporting transformation, you ought to tell us now, how does appointing you help to transform the judicial, since you are a supporter of transformation?
No, sir, I don't know.
It doesn't help us, right?
No.
Appointing you doesn't help us to transform the judiciary, am I right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Commissioner Nyambi,
I'm covered, CJ.
thank you. Prof.
Thank you, CJ. My question is a follow-up to Commissioner Malema's one, particularly on this letter, which makes reference to the concept of Ubuntu, because I was going to ask as to what is your understanding of that concept of Ubuntu, and also how does that concept helps us to transform the judiciary in terms of its functioning, and also the jurisprudence that comes out of the court. Thank you.
Commissioner, I don't know what is the concept of Ubuntu.
Commissioner Didiza.
Thank you very much, CJ, and good afternoon, Advocate. Yes, good afternoon. Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. On your questionnaire on 7,
the earlier response you gave to the question regarding whether you are aware of the concept Ubuntu.
As you're looking at this kind of grilling of, acting CJ Zondo, that was, of course, a video that was done a couple of years ago. And I just had to bring this one out to show you that what kind of leaders do we have in the office, or what kind of leaders do we expect to have in the office. Malema, of course, in as much as that he's seen as a nuisance, that is, he has got some, straightforward, questions as far as, you see, the grilling of this particular, whether this particular, judge deserves to be, a judge, or in that particular kind of testifying of his conduct in office. But again, I also do, concur that to the idea that the leaders have to have some form of integrity, some oneness. What they say, what they do, goes together. So, and I don't know if Malema is the kind, but we are waiting and see from these particular elections, which are yet to be held on I think this May that we are into, and then also see whether he's going to make the one, even as we have seen many clips that he has been grilling, advocating for rights, advocating for genuineness in office, advocating for equality, even as his party slogan suggests, it's economic freedom fighters. And therefore, economically, we expect also the country to see some paradigm shift, even as his manifestos read. But again, I'm not going to take much of the time. Let's just listen, and also we come back at the end of it. And of course, do drop us your comments on the comment section. Let us exactly know what you think of this particular video. Do you think that it was the right thing that Malema was at this particular case to grill Zondo? Yet he knows that he hails from the same, and maybe you never know. You see, it might be a vice versa kind of a thing. It's a two-way traffic. He might be doing to him now, and the next time around it's going to be maybe him. So let's watch.
A new dispensation, and I totally accept the transformation, and I will assist where I can also to transform the bench through my interpretation and application of the Constitution, and in dealing with matters properly.
Which specific parts that you are further committed that today you are saying
you don't agree or you are denouncing them?
Well, it is a long time ago. I must now refresh my memory. You're talking about 20 years ago. I think he became a judge in 1974. He was in Namibia for 8 years, and then after that he came to the bench in Pretoria, and I think he already retired in well, I'm not exactly sure, 93 or something like that. But there was one specific matter which I was unhappy with, and that related to a sentence he imposed in Polokwane on circuit. And that is the matter I specifically remember engaging with him, trying to get a feel why he did what he did. Yeah, that's all I can say at this stage. Other specific incidents I can't now relate or inform the Commission about.
I was trying to understand because, with that background, to some of us it's very difficult to accept that you can advance the interest of a non-racial, non-sexist society when we know the father that brought you in this world didn't share those aspirations. How do you convince us?
Yeah, all I can say is I cannot be responsible for what he has done. He lived in a different era. He has his own background. I have a total different background. I had many other influences. I became aware of the constitutional democracy. I know the principles. I know the Constitution. So all I can say is, although he brought me into life, I will not follow his thought and his thoughts and the way he did things. And I must say, I'm not saying that all he has done was bad. He was a judge for on to 21 years, and he also obviously, according to me, did many or heard cases and work hard. So I just can't at this stage just say just negative things about him. But I will do my own thing, and I will have my own mind. And I have a different mind set than his.
No, I take your point, and as I said in my intro, I don't want to punish you for the deeds of your dad, but I just want to convince myself that indeed it's not a perpetuation or continuation of something that was not right.
Well, I can also just take it a bit further that I've been acting since 2011. I've applied the law. I've sat on many matters. I had no problem whatsoever with any person. There were no complaints that I'm hard or I've got an attitude that's wrong or that I in anti-government or anything like that. There's been absolutely nothing. I've felt that during my 6 years or 7 years of on and off acting, I did my best, and I had no complaints, and I written many judgments, and all of those judgments has been accepted. I've never been taken. Well, I've been taken on appeal once, but that was upheld, and I'm talking about approximately 100 judgments which I've written over the year without any problems.
Thank you so much, Chief Justice.
Thank you, MSc. Justice Navza.